The warning. Humanity had always gazed at the stars with wonder, imagining what might lie beyond the fragile blue of their world. They had no idea that the galaxy was watching back, and not always kindly. Far beyond the edge of human-colonized space, in the vast halls of the Galactic Council, the galaxy's most advanced civilizations convened. The topic of discussion was unprecedented: humanity. High Chancellor Aerith, a being of luminous crystalline energy, addressed the assembly. The humans are unpredictable. Their technology evolves at a pace we cannot fully anticipate. Their colonies, scattered across star systems, resist observation and control. Their species cannot be ignored. Ambassador TRXX, an insectoid council with an obsidian carapace, clicked his mandibles in agreement. Indeed, they are volatile, aggressive, yet disturbingly resourceful. If left unchecked, they could destabilize entire sectors. After hours of debate, the council reached a chilling conclusion. Humanity must be erased before it grows beyond their control. A strategy was drawn, one that relied on covert sabotage, alien alliances, and the systematic destruction of human colonies. Back on Earth, however, humans remained blissfully unaware of the danger approaching. Admiral Celine Vera, commander of the United Earth Fleet, noticed unusual anomalies in interstellar communication. "These are not natural fluctuations," she said to her lieutenant. "Someone, or something, is monitoring us." At a hidden research station on the edge of the Orion sector, Dr. Lyrishan, a bioengineering expert, discovered alien probes embedded in distant colonies. The purpose of these devices was unclear, but the patterns they transmitted suggested deliberate reconnaissance and preparation for interference. As news of anomalies reached the Council scouts, concern grew. Humans were noticing patterns, responding quickly, and adapting in ways the Council had not anticipated. Their intelligence-gathering methods and problem-solving abilities were far faster than predicted. On Earth, Admiral Vera convened a high-level briefing. "If these probes are the first step, we must anticipate what comes next," she said, her voice steady but urgent. "This is not just a threat. It is a test of survival. Humanity may soon face something far beyond any war we've known." Meanwhile, alien fleets moved silently through the void, invisible to human eyes. The Council believed their presence undetected, but humans were already noticing subtle anomalies: gravitational distortions, communication blackouts, and minor sabotage of supply routes. These warning signs triggered the human instinct for resilience, honed over centuries of conflict and survival. The stage was set. Humanity, underestimated and unprepared for the full scale of the galaxy's judgment, was on the cusp of encountering an enemy that could erase them from existence. Yet, even unknowingly, humans had begun to adapt, and their capacity for rapid innovation and audacious problem-solving would soon reveal that the Council had underestimated them gravely. In the cold silence of space, the first threads of an interstellar conflict began to weave, a conflict that would test humanity's ingenuity, courage, and very survival in ways no one had ever imagined. The assault. The first attacks came like shadows in the void, silent, precise, and devastating. Human trade convoys vanished without a trace. Entire supply lines cut off as alien ships appeared in orbit around distant colonies. Their technology was unlike anything humanity had encountered: fast, adaptive, and terrifyingly coordinated. Admiral Celine Vera quickly assessed the situation. "We cannot fight them head-on. They are too numerous, too advanced," she told her senior officers. "Our strength lies in our unpredictability. If we act as they expect, we are finished." Captain Roven, a daring pilot known for taking impossible risks, grinned. "Unpredictability is what we do best, Admiral. Let them try to predict us. They'll fail." The Council's strategy relied on fear and overwhelming power. They believed that humans, a young and scattered species, could be crushed before they could organize a meaningful defense. They were wrong. Humanity responded with ingenuity. Dr. Lyrishan and her team developed adaptive shields and rapid repair nanobots. Colonies were relocated or hidden, and supply routes were rerouted through unexpected paths. Humans learned from each attack, turning each setback into an opportunity. The alien fleets attempted to isolate human colonies, but every maneuver they made was anticipated or outwitted. Captain Roven executed a bold operation near the Proxima colonies. With a small fleet of stealth ships, he infiltrated a Council supply convoy and redirected it into a dense asteroid belt. The result was catastrophic for the attackers. Several capital ships were trapped, and humanity gained precious time to regroup and evacuate endangered colonies. The humans' response was not merely defensive. They began striking at strategic points of the alien fleets, exploiting weaknesses in their formation. Even minor skirmishes were turned into lessons for future encounters. Every failed council plan became a blueprint for human adaptation. Admiral Vera convened a clandestine meeting with her top strategists. "They see us as weak because we are unpredictable," she explained. "Their calculations assume patterns. We have none. If we use their arrogance against them, we can survive and perhaps even turn the tide." Meanwhile, the council grew increasingly frustrated. They had anticipated a swift campaign, expecting humans to scatter, surrender, or perish. Instead, every attack strengthened human resolve. Colonies that should have been destroyed reappeared in new locations. Human fleets, small but cunningly maneuvered, outwitted larger alien forces. For the first time, the Council realized that humanity was not just surviving. They were adapting faster than any model or algorithm could predict. This realization sent ripples of doubt through even the most confident Council members. On Earth, Admiral Vera looked out at the stars, a mixture of worry and determination in her eyes. "They are coming for us," she said quietly. "But we will not be predictable. We will fight, adapt, and endure. Humanity does not surrender, not ever." The first wave of the assault had passed, leaving behind shattered fleets and scattered colonies. Yet it had also revealed a truth the Council had failed to account for. Humans were not just survivors. They were innovators, risk-takers, and unpredictable enough to challenge the mightiest powers in the galaxy. The war had begun, and humanity had already shown that they were not to be underestimated. Human resilience. The galaxy had expected humanity to crumble under the might of the Galactic Council, but the humans were proving dangerously resilient. Every strike, every ambush, every attempt to isolate them had been met with ingenuity. Their survival was no longer a matter of luck. It was a testament to human adaptability. Dr. Lyrishan studied the alien fleets and their centralized command network. "They are powerful, yes," she explained to Admiral Celine Vera, "but they are rigid. Their entire strategy relies on coordination and predictability. If we disrupt their network, even briefly, we can create chaos in their ranks." Admiral Vera nodded, a determined glint in her eyes. "Then we give them chaos, our strongest weapon." The humans prepared a daring plan. Using small, maneuverable fleets, they infiltrated the outer perimeters of Council-controlled space. Captain Rovan led the first strike, piloting a stealth cruiser through treacherous asteroid fields and dense radiation zones. His crew skillfully avoided detection, using unpredictable flight patterns and sudden maneuvers to evade the superior alien sensors. At the core of the operation was a simple yet audacious idea. Rather than destroy the Council outright, they would demonstrate humanity's value and resilience. Rovan's fleet delivered a signal disruption directly into the Council's communications network. The effect was immediate. Alien ships began firing on each other, mistaking allies for enemies. Formation after formation collapsed under its own confusion. In the chaos, humans seized the initiative. They rescued isolated colonies, evacuated endangered populations, and commandeered key supply lines. Every success, however small, further demonstrated their resourcefulness. For the first time, the Council faced a terrifying realization that humans could not simply be predicted, controlled, or eliminated. Admiral Vera addressed the fleet through encrypted channels. "We are not here merely to survive. We are here to show that humanity's uniqueness cannot be erased. Our strength lies not in sheer numbers or raw power, but in courage, creativity, and the ability to adapt when all seems lost." Dr. Shin added her voice, excitement and relief mingling in her tone. "Every system they attempt to use against us can be turned back on them. Their rigidity is our advantage." Captain Rovan grinned as he watched the Council forces falter. They train for battles against predictable enemies, not humans. That's why we keep winning. Their fear of the unpredictable is their weakness, and our greatest weapon. By the end of the campaign, humanity had not only survived but had begun to turn the tide. Colonies once threatened with annihilation now thrived, fortified by lessons learned in battle. Humans had forced the Council to acknowledge an uncomfortable truth. Their most unpredictable opponent was also their most dangerous and potentially indispensable. Amid the victory, Admiral Vera issued a broadcast across Council channels, a message both daring and direct. Humanity will not be erased. We are flawed, impulsive, and bold, but we are survivors, innovators, and partners in this galaxy. Underestimating us is your failure, not ours. The Council was silent, unprepared for such audacity. For the first time in its long history, it had faced a species that could not be fully calculated or controlled. And humanity, ever resilient, was ready for whatever came next. Recognition and aftermath. The Galactic Council convened once more, its chambers heavy with tension. The defeat of their carefully orchestrated plan had sent shockwaves through the assembly. High Chancellor Aerith, normally calm and unflinching, spoke with an unusual weight in their crystalline voice. Humanity is not what we anticipated, Aerith admitted. They are unpredictable, resourceful, and resilient beyond our calculations. We misjudged them. Ambassador Tato-XX clicked his mandibles with restrained frustration. They survived through chaos, risk, and sheer audacity. It is irritating. And yet, we must acknowledge it. They are remarkable. Dangerous, yes, but remarkable. Across the galaxy, humanity had regrouped. Colonies once threatened by annihilation now thrived under fortified defenses, rebuilt with technology adapted from the alien encounters. Admiral Celine Vera stood before her fleet, her eyes scanning the stars as if reading the future. We survived because we adapted, she said. We turned chaos into advantage and unpredictability into our weapon. The Council underestimated us, not because we lacked power, but because they could not see what makes humanity strong: courage, ingenuity, and the refusal to surrender. Dr. Lyrishan continued her work, integrating recovered alien technology into human systems. Each discovery strengthened colonies and fleets alike, ensuring that humanity's resilience was no longer accidental. It was intentional. Captain Rovan, ever the bold strategist, prepared for new exploratory missions beyond known space. The galaxy is vast, full of challenges we've yet to face, he said with a grin. And now we know that humans are not just survivors. We are players. We are not to be ignored. The Council, despite internal disagreements, was forced to offer a tentative recognition of humanity. Humanity would retain sovereignty, maintain its colonies, and gain limited representation in galactic affairs. It was a reluctant acknowledgement that humans were unpredictable, but also indispensable. The message resonated across human colonies. Citizens celebrated not just survival, but validation. The galaxy had recognized what they had always known about themselves. Humans were a species that thrived against the odds, a species that could endure chaos and emerge stronger. In the Council, debates continued over how to manage the humans in the future. Some proposed tighter oversight, while others urged cooperation, realizing that humanity's unpredictability could become a strength for the entire galaxy if properly channeled. The decision was unanimous in one aspect. Humans could not be controlled, and underestimating them again would be disastrous. On Earth, Admiral Vera looked out at the night sky, reflecting on the journey humanity had endured. We have faced annihilation and survived, she said softly. We were tested, and we proved that humanity's greatest strength lies not in our weapons or numbers, but in our minds, our courage, and our spirit. The galaxy had attempted to erase humanity, yet the attempt had revealed a deeper truth. Humans were unpredictable, adaptable, and uniquely valuable. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger, a reminder to the Council and every species that underestimated them that survival alone was not enough. Humanity's ingenuity and resilience made them masters of their destiny. And so, as stars burned across the endless void, humanity looked outward, ready for the next challenge. They had survived the Council's judgment and proven that no power, however great, could erase the indomitable spirit of humans. The galaxy had learned to respect them, and humanity had learned to embrace its own limitless potential.